Hello guys, welcome back again to Chop D Football TV. Now, let's talk about Enzo Maresca. What is Enzo Maresca doing, man? What is Enzo Maresca doing? Listen, I don't want to sound like the typical football guy that goes through the motions. And what I mean by that is when the club does well, I'm up, and when the club does, when they go through a rough patch, then I'm down. Nah, he's been incredible. Enzo Maresca has been incredible for Chelsea. He's, you know, since he's come to the club, he's stabilized the club compared to like Pochettino and the other managers they had prior. He has, he's made his agenda clear. Chelsea were buying players like a porn star buys condoms, and they just had players left, right, center. It was like I don't know if their recruitment team were drunk, how they were just purchasing players like Pokemon cards. I don't understand. But the guy came into the club, had a goal, and enforced his goal. Sent some players away, forced some players away. Players like Chaloba, Chilwell, Gallagher. He told he was straightforward with the players he wanted and the players he didn't want. And big ups to him. Big ups to him. He's done incredible. Chelsea, they are top four. They are top four. So you can't be mad at Enzo Maresca. He's an incredible coach. We can see it. He's balanced the team. He knows the players he wants and he knows the players he doesn't want. Fair enough. But today was today's game against Ipswich, for you guys that watched it, the game ended 2-0. I don't understand this rotation this guy keeps doing. I rate it in the sense whereby, okay, you are giving players opportunity to play. Players like Nkunku, Joao Felix, Disasi, who was horrible today. I don't know why Disasi was put to play right back. Dude is not fast for he's not fast for a right back. I know Gusto hasn't been incredible this season, but that is it. One thing I don't like is when coaches play players out of their original position. It's the same thing Arteta does with Partey sometimes, putting him at left back. I don't understand, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a Partey, or neither are we talking about Arteta today. We're talking about Chelsea. I didn't see the reason putting what's the dude's name, Disasi there. There was Gusto on the bench. If you didn't want to play Gusto, he could have put Caicedo there, because he's played Caicedo there a few times this season, and Caicedo has been a rock there. So I really don't understand what Maresca was doing there. You can see that Disasi was panicking there. He wasn't comfortable on the ball. His strengths are Disasi. I'm speaking about Disasi. His strengths are he's strong. He's very physical, but he's not the fastest. He's not the most comfortable on the ball, which shot them in the leg. Which cost them the second goal. Now, this is not the Carling Cup. This is the Premier League, right? This is the Premier League. The problem with having a large team, right? There are pros to having a large team, and there are cons to having a large team. Now, what are the pros of having a large team or having a large selection of players like Chelsea has? The pros is that, is it pros or pros? Whatever, you know what I mean. The pros is that you can rotate, right? You can rotate. So, for example, when one of your main players is tired, you can replace him with other players. Now, maybe that they might not be as good, or they might be close to, but you can replace that important player with other players, especially for the smaller competitions like the FA Cup, maybe like the Europa League, things like that. That is one of the advantages of having a large squad. You can always rotate, you can always switch players. Your main players, you can give them time to rest so they don't get injured, especially if the competition is long. Like for example, we're still in December now. That's one of the pros. Now, one of the cons is that having a large squad, you want to give most players playing time, right? Because when players don't play, they are not happy. As a coach, you can tell when players are not playing, they are not happy. And as a coach, you want to give players playing time. You want them to play because you kind of sometimes feel guilty, even on a personal level. And that might disrupt the balance of the team. One of the reasons why this is affecting Chelsea, right? This large squad is affecting Chelsea is because when a certain amount of players play on a regular basis, they enter a zone where they build understanding with each other on the pitch. They are comfortable with each other on the pitch. The midfielder knows the type of runs the striker makes. The defender knows what type of spaces the midfielder creates, things like that. You intuitively you blend because you play together on a consistent basis. There's this camaraderie amongst the players, right? But when there's a large squad and you have to change almost every game, it disrupts that flow. So you see that over maybe the past 5 games, Chelsea have been on a run. They've been playing really good, really, really good. But this constant rotation, you can see that it's affecting them. It's affecting them. When you put Sancho, Joe Felix instead of Sancho, you put Nkunku instead of was the garbage striker. What's his name? Chelsea's number 9. How can this guy's name just evaporate from my head? What's his name? Anyways, Chelsea's best striker. When I remember his name, I'll remember his name. The guy from Ivory Coast. His name just disappeared from my head. But when you take off Gusto and you put the Sassy in that position, and things like this, you disrupt the flow of the team. And this is one of the reasons, and this is one of the causes you lose games like this. Chelsea, as much as their fans were like, oh, we're not in the title race, they kept, most of them started saying it as a joke because yes, they are in the title race regardless. But even Enzo Maresca said that they're not in the title race. But I know that deep down inside him, he was, coaches say certain things just to save face, just in case anything goes wrong. It can be like, well, I said we're not in the title race. So they throw certain curveballs to protect themselves just in case things, go left. And this is one of the issues of having a large team. You disrupt the flow of the team that was already, doing. You disrupt the team that got your team where they are. Basically, I don't speak too much grammar. You get what I mean? So this constant rotation that Enzo Maresca keeps doing, he has to relax. Maintain one team for the Premier League, and you can have a team for the FA Cup, and you can have another team for the Europa Cup or whatever. But for the Premier League, you need to have a constant team that that, okay, this 11 I can bank on. Then obviously you make certain changes in second half. Maybe you bring in Joao Felix or Sancho. You bring in I don't know, although I haven't seen him in like 100 years, but like you bring in Ugochukwu for Caicedo, or you bring in Pedro Neto, for somebody else. I don't know how these dudes, their names are eluding my mind, but you know what I mean. So I think what cost Chelsea today was the rotation, constant rotation. Enzo Maresca should have just stuck to his original 11 that had been winning him games. Yeah, I remember his name now, Jackson. Yeah, Jackson. And what is the other dude that plays right wing for Chelsea, that played right wing for them today? The dude from PSV. His name too has eluded my mind, but you can bring in Pedro Neto for him, but when you keep on having to tweak the team, these are the type of results you will get. So I don't know, man. On to the next one for Chelsea. On to the next one. I don't know where they are the league is heating up. The league is heating up. You don't want to slack at this time. The league is heating up. Every team, especially the teams in the top four, it's a race. The only team that is clear from everybody right now, that is safe, that can afford to lose maybe like 2 games and still maintain their top spots, is Liverpool. Any other team does not have that luxury. Liverpool is the only team that has that luxury, that can maybe lose 2 or 3 games and still maintain that first position and still like come back. Any other team, you are food, you are chicken, you are suya, So Enzo Maresca, get your head straight. Leave all this rotation. You're not a mechanic. And that wraps up the video for today. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next time. Peace.